You know, I think maybe one of the most screwed up things about this place is I feel like the environment that I've had to live in and the people that I've had to be surrounded by, just the influences have been driving me crazy and have been messing with me and trying their dangest to turn me into the absolute worst version of myself, into someone that I don't want to be. That's what hurts the most, I think, kind of. I mean, there's this guy got this YouTube channel. I guess he's like a minister or something, right? And I don't know. There's more than one of these dudes that sounds like this, but he's somehow he managed to get some land out in the country and got like a mobile home set up out there in a barn, got a farm. Riding a horse around and stuff. So basically hanging out like, living like an Amish person or something. I see people like that living wholesome, living more like the way God intended. And I look at that and I think that could be me, given the right conditions. I'll tell you though, I feel so stupid. All the dumb, dumb stuff that I've said while I've been drinking and just feel like I'm under attack all the fucking time. I'm constantly have to be on the defensive. Heck, even when I was a little kid, honestly. I mean, when I was a little kid, I had like bullies around. Grew up in a house that seemed like it was like haunted, you know, poltergeist activity sort of stuff going on. And I think my sister and her friends were playing around with witchcraft or something. I don't know, but like it's kind of crazy. Even when I was a kid, there was weird stuff going on, and how my cousins beat me up, throw me down the stairs over and over again. You know, I always felt like I had to be on the defensive. And when I was a little kid, I got to the point where I always wanted to have my door locked and draw the curtain shut. And I learned to grow paranoid and not to trust people because of how many times I felt like I've been betrayed, abandoned, and hurt. what it does is it makes me, and oh god damn it, makes me into someone that I'm not. Makes me go freaking nuts, man. I mean, the alcohol, man, especially, get super drunk and it's like, I don't know, man. I'm really starting to think that I'm like, I don't know, getting drugged or something. Somebody's slipping some shit in my food or drink or something. I don't know. Man, I know alcohol is a negative influence by itself, but and then plus all the craziness going on around me, but what sucks is I feel like this world tries to make you into a fucking monster, And I don't want to be a fucking monster. I don't want to be cold-blooded and monstrous, hateful, fearful, all this crap, man. I don't want that. Dang it. Distrustful and so on and so on and so on. It's just, damn it. Feels like I've just been thrown to the wolves or something, kind of, Like I have potential to be so much more, to be more kind and loving and understanding and good, you know? But it's just like, I feel like I'm constantly have to be on the offensive. There's all this weird stuff going on around me. Scary, you know? It's, I need to make excuses or something for not being all that I can be and not being the. But like, I'm kind of a product of the environment, man. In a lot of ways, yeah. I mean, I've had to learn to run like a wolf and howl like a wolf and growl like a wolf because I've been raised by wolves and surrounded by wolves nipping at my heels. But I wasn't born that way. part of you, there's part something on the inside. I think my essence is not that way. I want to do better, a lot better. You know what I mean? I mean, it's so screwed up. You know, to talk about Bible, about Christianity and stuff like that. I mean, I've just gone through stuff that's so freaking intense and so crazy, and it makes me question it because I don't understand how there could be a God that would allow a world like this to exist, or that would want to put us in a situation that would bring out the worst in us, you know? I mean, why? God, what was that passage? For doing, I wish not to do, do not, as I wish. I don't remember the freaking passage. I guess it's about how sin is like a curse. They say in the Bible, all those who sin are a slave to sin. Well, you don't get to boss around your master, you know. Honestly, I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm about what disturbed me about the Bible. There's passages in there. There's a place in there where it says, "Form the light, create darkness. I was good and create evil." Something like that. I, the Lord, do all these things. And then there's of course, the Genesis, the whole tree, there's a good and evil thing, everything, everything that was said there. I don't know. There's a lot of things, and there's like the parables, how they always seem to like compare us with food to be eaten, you know? And there's like, the curse of original sin. I'm talking about how the Lord has cursed us to sin, that the sins of the fathers shall be passed on to the sons for generations and generations or whatever. And then, in one passage it's saying that, or one part it's saying that God has cursed people, cursed the sons for generations and generations down for the sins of their fathers that came before them, and so on and so forth, right? For generations back, right? Curse them to sin. And then in another passage it says, he who sins is a slave to sin, so on and so forth, right? So it's like, it's like if you tie a yoke to the back of an ass, and you whip it and it pulls the plow and drags the plow across a field. Do you get mad at the donkey for plowing the field? I don't know. I guess that's a stupid analogy. Terrible analogy. I just woke up. So it feels like we're, someone back there like whipping us, going, "Pick the cotton, boy! Pick the cotton! Pick the cotton!" And then you pick the cotton. And you're like, "Here, I've got cotton." You're like, "How dare you pick my cotton? Whip, whip, whip! You're in big trouble now." I don't know, man. I feel like I just don't know what to do. I want to do right, What is right, anyways, man? I feel like this world beats you down and beats you down, and if you're not ready to go out swinging. That's the thing, man. This place is like, it's like it turns you into a freaking monster, right? Right, and then there's a kid, right? Say it's a kid at school, and there's like this group of like 10 guys that comes up and just pushes him and trips him and smacks him around and beats him up and steals his lunch money all the time, and you know what I mean? And they just do this over and over and over again until one day kid snaps and he starts swinging wildly and kicking and biting and clawing at everything. And he just goes crazy and screaming, and spitting and swearing and cussing. Even the nicest kid in the world, and all of a sudden he's a freaking vicious rabid beast. Because that's what this world freaking tries to make you. It'll make you. It wants to make you its bitch, basically. Like you either over or you bend over and grab your ankles, or you fucking gotta swing and swing and swing and scream and cuss and spit and just try and get the hell out of it, you know? That's what it feels like, you know? It has to turn you into a freaking monster, you know? It does. I give you lots of examples how it turns people into monsters here, man. You take some high school kid, star of the football team or whatever, or the basketball team at high school, you know, prom king, whatever the heck, you know, good grade point average, decides to join the army because he just wants to be all that he can be and he wants to protect people and bought into the stuff that he's told, right? And this good, kind, loving soul, they put a rifle in his hand and they send him overseas. And so now his job is to kick people's doors in and shoot them. And he comes back to the country with blood all over his hands and nightmares for the rest of his fucking life. They took an innocent, well-intentioned boy and turned him into a fucking murderer, basically, you know? You see what I'm saying? That's what this world does. That's what this world wants to do to us. Like, I hate this. I mean, it's easy to try to pass judgment or something on the people over there, but I mean, someone puts a rifle in your hand and sticks you in a situation where a bunch of people are shooting AK 47s and firing RPGs over your head. What are you going to do? You know that they, I don't know if it's anything like this now with all the video games and all the brainwashing they've done to us, but the I don't even remember the exact thing. They did some kind of a analysis basically, like in Vietnam or something, um, just soldiers in general, and their accuracy and so on. And what they found through this study or whatever was that the vast majority of soldiers um, just instinctively they would not aim for the people, the enemies or whatever. They would fire over, they would try to shoot over their heads, shoot at their feet, you know, not because they couldn't hit anything. They weren't trying to hit these people. They were just trying to scare them basically for the most part. Most because they didn't want to be there. They didn't want to do that. You just put them in a situation where they basically didn't have a choice. You know? Like Colonel Kurt said in Apocalypse Now, they train men to drop fire on people. They won't let them write filth on their airplanes because it's obscene. You get his point? I think it's training people to drop fire on other people that's obscene myself, right? Madness. It's madness. I mean, how? I don't want to be this ugly thing. This. I don't want to be fucking crazy and like freaked out all the time and like feeling like I gotta be near a weapon or something in case I have to defend myself or whatever. It's crazy, man. It's not right. Feeling like I gotta be all defensive and ready to like attack. Like I don't want to, you know? I don't belong in this fucking situation. I belong on some freaking farm, like growing a garden, corn cob pipe in my mouth, freaking riding a horse around or whatever. I belong in some cabin or something, you know, on some land or some house or whatever, you know. I gotta get away from this madness. This madness that seeks to turn me into a monster or destroy me. Or both or whatever. I don't know. That's just one kind of madness. They try to make us, put us in a situation where they try to make us into like violent, crazed thug type people or something, just by scaring the piss out of us, basically. And then telling us that it's cool or whatever to be Billy Badass or something, right? Cool, that's what you want to be. I don't feel like I was really raised right, you know. I wasn't brought up and taught proper values and things. I kind of tried to pick them up on my own, just observing people that I felt were more truly good, you know. I feel like a value system that we have is so screwed up. I wish I'd been like born into some family like the freaking Duck Dynasty people or something, you know. I watched an episode of that where one of the sons, their sons or whatever, was dating some girl, and the parents chaperoned them and watched them the whole time, and they trained them to be abstinent before marriage and all that. Like, just wow, you know. Shoot, when I was that age, I had freaking stack of porno mags under my bed and stuff. I was looking at naked women on the internet and stack of Penthouse and stuff that my own family members gave me. My dad gave me my first cigars when I was like, heck, I don't know, 6, 7, 8. Like I had my first beer around that age too. He gave me that too, I think, you know? First time I got drunk, he bought me the damn beer, you know? I don't even think it'd been like a week or something after a couple days or a week after he divorced my mom. He got some, you know, methed out hooker with HIV to show up at the fucking house. Left her alone with me, and yeah, right? Of course, in the eyes of society, they look at my dad as this virtuous, you know, and I mean, some of my uncles and stuff are like basically straight up cold blooded killer types, you know, and had been in the military and involved in that sort of. But society would look at all of them and my dad and everything as these upstanding, virtuous individuals and stuff, and I'm a piece of because I don't fit in and I don't make the money and I don't have the house and all this kind of stuff, you know. I mean, they'll take kids as started out maybe with good intentions or something, play too many video games, watch too many war movies or whatever, and they'll put a rifle in their hand, send them overseas, and turn them into mass murderers. And then when they get home, practically treat them like royalty at first. Hooray! You know, that's probably one of the most screwed up things is turn you into a monster, and then when you become this monster that they created, then they praise you and heap adoration on you for it. Good for you, good boy. You know. I was brought up in like a culture and environment. I guess the kind of music I listened to and the people I was around, you know, the kind of movies I watched and musical and so on and so forth, like had me thinking that. I mean, up into my 20s or something, I was just trying to hook up with every woman I could, basically, you know. I, I mean, a part of me was just naturally I wanted to love. I wanted to, love and marriage, love. But like, by the time I was just looking to get my stern, just looking to get laid, you know. And So some kind of stud or something for that. I thought, that was something to aspire to. But you can never get that back. You can never get your virtue back, really. I don't know. I try to. I really want to change. I can't even. It's hard to even imagine. I look at like Duck Dynasty and stuff. Like, could you even imagine, like, marrying your high school sweetheart, only woman you ever lain with, settling down with her and raising some kids and teaching them right, living life in the country on a farm? Oh man. Oh my God. I don't want to be a sinful man. I don't want to be a wicked man. I don't want to be. I mean, there's another passage in the Bible, Is it? Judge not lest ye be judged, for cast them out from, thou hypocrite, you know, take the mote, the mote from thine own eye before then you shall see more clearly to cast the mote from thy brother's eye, or whatever it was. Somewhat easier said than done, Environmental factors are a thing, Say there's some kind of spiritual matters or whatever, then is there something that gets into me and kind of influences and messes up my head when I get drinking too much? I tell you, as I've told some others, there's a painting of me done by Akiana Kramaric. I guess she was given a vision, or given a lot of visions from heaven or something by God or something, I don't know. The painting of me is called Filtering Self-Awareness. And I'll tell you what it is. There was this moment when I was in my 20s, I don't remember, early 20s sometime. And I was living in this 30-foot camp trailer in Mom's backyard. Closest I ever came to having my own place, I guess, aside from a motel room here. In the basement dwelling in the nearby town. Anyway, so I had all kinds of weird spiritual things messing with me, man. You ever, I think one guy is called like John Ramirez or something like that. He was uh, wrote some book about like how he used to be like into Santeria, and he was, you know, basically dark side, bunch of demons running all through him, and he turned to Christianity or whatever, right? I'm gonna be honest, I was raised in a house. They took me out of church at a pretty young age. My sister and her friends were playing around with witchcraft, started training me up in psychic exercises and stuff, till I got to the point where I had some power, you know. I mean, I started out having just natural ability to where I would have visions, and I would have visions of the future, revelations. And they started teaching me, these psychic exercises, like think of a number, think of a color, think of a shape, right? And I'm supposed to, they're supposed to focus on it, and then I'm supposed to peer into their mind and see what it is that they're seeing, and or and then it progresses on to the point where they could look at a picture, and I could try to describe what picture they're looking at. And it progressed even farther to the point where I could do what is known as a glamour or whatever, and I could plant images in other people's minds and stuff like that, make them see things that weren't there. That was at the strongest, one of the strongest points, and I could I developed sort of telepathy, and I know this sounds nuts, but it's true. I had the ability to basically astral project and to do remote viewing and stuff like that. Anyways, so this picture, Akiane Kramer painted, right? It was me. I was standing in front of the mirror in the bathroom, and I had reached a point in my life where I started to realize that there was like demons in me, you know, that these things were not my friends, and they weren't me. Now, okay, what was it? Carlos Castaneda, Don Juan, talks about the flyer's mind. It makes you think that its thoughts are your thoughts, its feelings are your feelings, that kind of thing, you know. You might get a really bad, nasty thought come to your head, and you think that's your thought. So how could you disagree with your own thought, right? But then I started to come to a point where more and more, I was disagreeing with thoughts that were coming to my head. And then I realized how could I disagree with my own? If that was my thought, then how could I be disagreeing with it? And I realized that it wasn't my own thought, that there was something else that was planting fucking dark thoughts in my head. That's what that picture is. It shows like my face split in two because there's me, this self-aware that myself is not this dark thing that's trying to make me think that it's me, right? It's trying to make me be this dark thing, you know? And I realized it. It was after this point that I started to be able to cast more and more demons out of me. Kind of got rid of some of the nastier ones. But I don't think I ever got them all out. No. That darkness. You live in darkness surrounded by those people. If you can't find your way all the way into the light, that darkness follows you and stalks you to the ends of the earth, man. Sometimes when I drink too much, that darkness, more of the old darkness, finds its way into me temporarily, and then my head gets clear and it's basically, immediately cast out. And if they be sober, be vigilant, for your enemy, the devil, prowleth about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Yeah. If you're not sitting in the driver's seat of your own mind, something else might hop in and take you for a joyride, pretty much. That's what we have going on in a lot of cases all over the world here. Talked about being a targeted individual some in other videos, but I haven't heard many other people admit to their own the darkness within themselves. I know I'm not perfect, and I can't pretend that I'm fully innocent, but there's the me that is self-aware, the observer that is me, that desires righteousness, that wants to be good, that witnesses my sinful nature and is abhorred by it. I want to be that man. Be the man that boy could be, my inner child or whatever. The innocence that I still hold on to, despite all the forces seeking to corrupt me and to burn the last vestiges of my soul out of me. There's still part of me that holds on. my soul, my spirit, oh geez, are these my readers or my new glasses? Oh, these are the glass. Oh, why the hell aren't they in a case? I hear people talking about shadow work, facing your shadow. Kind of stuff. I don't know, man. I think Carl Jung was a brilliant psychologist. Probably one of the only people that got it mostly right, but I don't know what I think about that whole incorporating the shadow or whatever. I think we live in a harsh, dark world that seeks to corrupt us, and that within us, which is corrupted, is something which I don't want to be, but I see it. I can't deny that there's darkness that has, gotten into me, and so sometimes when I judge other people, I do feel somewhat like a hypocrite, as I try not to judge people too harshly, but it gets, like, a lot of ways when I'm judging other people, what I'm really doing is judging aspects of myself that I see in them. Sometimes. I don't want to be in the darkness. God help me. So it's hard, and I don't even know what I think of religion anymore, honestly. I just know, there's stuff in the book that doesn't add up, and that my own experience here has me really, really questioning the nature of our reality, the nature of God, all of it. I don't know what to do. Yeah. Like, this world is driving me insane. I feel like I got so much potential with part of me that's really good, That's the part of me that I identify with. But that I'm not about to be such a hypocrite as to pretend like that's the only part of me. That's the part of me that I feel is the truest version of myself, and that the other parts are something that's been lashed onto me like a stones, I mean, there's some analogies, old stories, the Atlas, the weight of the world on his back, and what was that guy that was like cursed to push a stone uphill for eternity? He tries to get it over this precipice, and he pushes it to the top, and then it just appears back at the bottom again, and he has to do it all over again, over and over and over. You know, gotta be honest, I'm envious and jealous somewhat of a lot of things, but when I see these videos of people, these homesteaders, preppers, talking about how to survive in the apocalyptic world and everything. I'll show you. And the camera pans in on some big property that they own, that they're all stocked up on everything. It's like, must be nice, Here I am just trying to watching another 350 or 400 and some dollars disappear, wondering where I'm going to be able to park my car, trying to find some other motel room that's cheaper so I could actually work and be able to afford to keep the bills paid without going broke. And I'm looking around, trying to find a way to get out of here, to get away from dangers and corrupting influences here, to try to better myself. And the world doesn't allow for it. The universe or God or whatever it is in control in this place just doesn't allow for it, I feel like like a man that I can't tell you how many times I start to clean myself up, clean up my surroundings. That's been something that I've said over and over, trying to clean myself up, clean up my surroundings, detox and sweat and flush toxins out of my system, and shower and shave, give myself a haircut, floor vacuumed and clean the toilet, and scrub the sink and clean the mirrors, clean the wash the windows, you know. get all my clothes washed and folded and put away and make the bed and on and go try to do the right things to try to straighten my life out, and then something comes in and kind of trashes myself and surroundings all over again. It's like a never ending cycle. Keep getting pulled back in, try to reach out to the light and just get pulled back into darkness over and over and over again. Because I never really fully can get out, you know? I feel like I've been close before. Cast them out and they go walk in stony places. And the spirits return and find their temple has been cleaned. They bring back 7 other spirits. You know, right? Something like that. It's like it's it's hard not to feel persecuted here, not to feel like I'm in a situation where the world and dang near everyone and everything in it is trying to lead me to a path of destruction and corruption. I know I'm part of the problem myself. I do it, you know. I mean, nobody straps me down and shoves a funnel in my mouth and pours the alcohol down my throat or whatever, right? Hopefully that never happens. I do it to my dang self, I guess. It's just me trying to find a coping mechanism, you know? Like, until, God, what day is it now? Sunday? Monday? Or from, I hadn't drank since Monday, and then it was like Friday. I was detox and take vitamins and actually did all the stuff I said. Started washed my clothes and started cleaning out my car. Got curtains put in. I cleaned up the room and cleaned up myself. I gave myself a haircut and a shave and took a shower and, you know, on and on. You try to go out, wanting to go out, every intention to go out and try to do DoorDash, and then the app won't load, you know? It'd be like, you know, I guess a decent analogy would be like, you know, person with unpotty trained pets or, you know, cat or something, and just vacuum the floor and got the carpet all clean, and then the cat just comes along and poops and pees all over everything. So you try again. Only in this instance it's like the the devil or whatever you want to say comes in and it's like, oh, time to vacuum. And the devil breaks the vacuum or he steals the vacuum or something. You're like, where's the vacuum? Damn it, I gotta find a vacuum. I can't find it, you know? It's like the world will be like, get a job. And then I'll try to go get a job and people won't hire me, or I'll get a job and then my car blows a freaking head gasket, or I get pulled over on the way to work because my tail light went out, or, you know, whatever the hell, you know? Oh, I'm gonna go do DoorDash. Look, I'm trying to do the right things. Then the app won't load and everything breaks and it's Friday. I've been hadn't had a drink since Monday, and I was getting more cleaned up. Heck, I took vitamins. I got sleep. Ate a couple sandwiches. Had a energy drink, trying to get caffeine, trying to wake up and go do things, and it was about all I could do to get myself to drive a little ways down the street to pick up the mail, and stopped off at a grocery store and stuff, and blew some money on stuff. I went to go get iron supplement and probiotics and multivitamins and stuff, thinking maybe iron deficiency, or maybe my stomach's messed up and I need probiotics and maybe that'll fix me. And the whole time I'm walking through the store, I feel like I'm ready to pass out, ready to fall down. You know, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. I don't know how many times I felt like that when I try to sober up, clean myself up. I get to the point where it's like my energy is just drained from my body now. Sometimes, I just feel like I'm gonna just fall down. Like I'm just gonna collapse in a fucking store, wake up in a goddamn hospital somewhere, I don't know. Honestly, I said that, but it's like my experience in life has been so bad and I've had so much crap flung at me, so to speak, that I almost feel like I could collapse in the middle of a store and people would just step on me or walk around me. Wouldn't even bother to stoop over to see if I was okay. That's kind of the view I have of how the world feels, how cold and callous it seems most of the people seem to be towards me. Not everyone. I don't know. God, I hate the way this world is so authoritarian, so Pavlovian, you know? Even the people that are out to help you or something aren't doing it, don't seem to be doing it out of the kindness of their hearts. They're doing it to get something out of you, to coerce your submission. And get control of you or something, you know? Sure, I'll help you. Kneel before me, you know? Do as I say, right? That's what I see in the world, you know? I will help you. Kneel before me and surrender your will unto me. Obey me. Worship me. Adore me. Kneel. Right? Like, what's that? I'm helping you. Mm-hmm. Come, dog. I will help you. Kneel at my feet and lick them. Put my leash upon you. Right? Oh, man. You know, it's so hard. Is like I feel like all I really need to be able to get out of the darkness, I need to get away from the corrupting influences that follow me and push themselves on me, kind of, you know? I need to get away from the crap. I need to ditch the dang phones, which I think is probably what the term Black Mirror is about. It's basically what the phones are, you know? Like, they get away from like the corruption of the freaking city life and get out to the country somewhere and just grow a garden. Just be a gardener, be a farmer, you know? Commune with nature. Live life like God intended it, not some sort of feudal serf or whatever. If I could just get somewhere where I could grow a garden and just have some freaking peace of mind and be somewhere where I could, if it was possible to be somewhere where I could actually feel safe and get out in nature, find some dang peace, get some rest, and get away from, you know, don't stock up on beer, you know, just drink lots of water and find some peace, find some peace of mind, some peace in my spirit that I wouldn't feel the need to drink, you know, ever. You know, honestly, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of the alcohol totally. I mean, I just at this point, sometimes it feels like it's medicine or something, you know. Like I'll sober up for like a week or two or a month or whatever, right? Then all of a sudden, my neck hurts and my back hurts, and my shoulder hurts, and my ankle hurts, and my foot hurts, and I'm getting surrounded by all kinds of craziness and stress, and people start treating me like and stirring up a bunch of drama and presented with a bunch of danger, you know? And I just get so overwhelmed by it all. Or I'll be sober for a week or something and cleaning myself up, trying to do the right things, just waiting to get feeling better, and then it's like all the energy is sapped out of my body and I can't feel like I can't get up and do anything because I'm just too drained, too tired, too freaking beat down. I'll have a beer and all of a sudden I've got energy again. And before you know it, I'm feeling like a drunken fool. I'm right where they frickin' want me, you know? I don't think it was any coincidence that the only so-called apartment I was able to get was room number 13. Or that I showed up at this place and I haven't been able to find anywhere else that could beat the price or they even match the damn price. So I've been trapped here somewhere where I can't find peace. And everything under the sun, from the government to the people around me, just want to keep me right where I am. Keep me trapped one place or another so they can just keep hurting me, keep corrupting me, keep messing with me. You know? I guess maybe the right thing to do is to haul out, you know, and take off and get out of here. This place, the people in it, there's seriously some evil, corrupting, nasty influences here, man. And they're freaking powerful, man. I mean, like, more freaking reality, like, power, you know? Take over your fucking mind kind of power. I mean, there's this dude that had got all the way to the other side of the country. And he went on and on and on about how much better it is there, how much nicer the people are. And he sounded like he was clear-headed and in a good space, and like he was becoming more purified and good, you know? Sounded like, right? Basically. But that power is the power of that darkness is so strong, it found a way to lure him back here. all the way to the other side of the country, it dragged him back. And it basically seemed like it took over his mind, you know? Like it puts you under a spell, man. There's a darkness in this place that is so encompassing and so powerful. Like, this thing can put you in a trance. These things, like, they'll put you in a freaking trance, put you under a spell, and you don't know which way is up, man. You know. I gotta think there must be something in me, something good in me, something right about me, or else I wouldn't be. You know, I mean, the darkness in this place can reward you too. Oh yeah. I think some of the worst people in the world, the most wicked people in the world, are living in freaking huge mansions and stuff, you know? So their reward for the evil that they do, basically. I think if I was as well, like when I was younger, right? I was more wicked. I had more demons running through me, more wicked thoughts, and the world just threw all kinds of temptation at me, sent me woman after woman after woman. Friends and women and all this kind of stuff. And it's all just corrupting influence, you know? Designed to corrupt you, to trap you. They form attachments to people and things. And it's like that song, the things you own you. Fuck your money, fuck your possessions, only obsessions. I don't need that. Right? Yeah, man. It's it is like that, man. I learned more about that, and I've learned more, I guess, about the darkness within myself from what I see in other people, and also my own stupidity and the drink and stuff like that. But and see like my own darkness reflected back at me like a mirror to the other people that interact with me. And I can see well, I mean, it's like I just want things to work out. I wanted to be able to get a home, have a place to live, try to find some kind of peace, you know. But jeez, what? Ah, shit. Water went down the road. Jeez. Choked by a drink of water. Oh God. Anyways, yeah, but I got this stuff, you know, that it's nice to have things, you know. Got paintings, some of which my mom painted, posters and tapestries. Got a mini fridge, a bike, you know. Got all this stuff, a bunch of stuff. Some stuff I still have, you know, some things that are left over from my childhood, even. But those things being there in storage or if an apartment, it's like you're kind of, I can see how this place gets you trapped somewhere, you know. That's what this place is all about. It's about trapping you, you know, keeping you stuck, chained to a place and to certain people and places, you know. Keeping you trapped and subjugated, basically. Maybe it's because I'm able to observe these things, notice these things, or because I have knowledge of the workings of darkness of the world or whatever. But they don't want me talking, or they don't want me to be able to have any sort of success or to get away. Because no, I'm telling you, man, if you're like corrupt enough, I mean, in this world, the world will reward you, man. If you're not, if you try to get away from it, if you pull away and you try to actually improve yourself and try to be, you know, I want to be good. I want to try to be good. And I try to do the things that people tell me to do, like get a job and, oh, this, that, and the other thing, but it just doesn't work out. It's like I'm not allowed to, you know. Times I would have went out and done DoorDash. I guess that's been 2 days. I guess it'd be 3 days now. It's about 5 in the morning now at this point, I think. I drank a couple days in a row. Well, I mean, it was like Friday or something. Yeah. I had every intention of going out to do DoorDash deliveries and stuff. But the last time I did DoorDash, the app was really screwing up. The GPS was like trying to kill me, basically. And having all kinds of errors and all kinds of problems. And then it started sending me like the worst orders you can imagine. Like just wanting you to drive like 20 miles for $2 or something, you know. Stuff like that. I got fed up with it, you know, after the last debacle. I just said, you know, that's it. Time to go home. Time to get out of here now. Nothing I can do. I wanted to go out on Friday and DoorDash. I had every intention to, but I had no energy. So today I felt like I was going to pass out, fall down, hit the floor or something. And I was sitting around the motel, so tired, feeling like I could just fall asleep and just sleep for days or weeks, months on end, you know? So just feeling exhausted. And this thought came to mind. There's nothing, probiotics didn't seem to work. Iron supplement, the vitamins, the caffeine, the food, nothing seemed to give me energy. And then I thought, you know, I'll bet if I had a couple of beers or something, I'd feel better and energy would come back. And for the most part, man, my energy came back about halfway into a beer. And then one beer became basically a 12 pack. And then the next day, I go out wanting to go try and door that, you know. Drove to another town, got my glasses. And I tried to turn DoorDash on, but it wouldn't even load. I couldn't even log in. Keep getting this pop up a couple times on my other phone, my newer, or I thought better phone. Get this pop up notification, and I can't even read the whole notification. It pop up and say that there's some kind of bonus, $800 bonus that I could make somehow, and I try to like read the whole message and see what it's actually telling me, and then it just disappears. Tries to load the app. The app doesn't log in, won't load, and then I'm left like, well, I guess I'm not getting the freaking $800 bonus. I can't even read the message telling me how exactly to do it, you know? Can't even log into the application, so it's not like I can make DoorDash deliveries if I can't even log in. You want to talk God versus the devil or whatever? Talk about being blessed, the provision of God or whatever, right? In this world, I can't say that God's never given me anything or some positive force hasn't given me things. Because it has, but the devil or whatever, he comes in and steals them away, corrupts them, you know. Say God gives you a nice shirt, the devil wipes his ass on it. God gives you a nice car, the devil slashes the tires, you know. God gives you a house, the devil sets it on fire. God gives you a job, the devil takes it away, you know. God gives you, you know, that's the way it works, man. That's how it's worked in my life for many, many years, man. I got to the point where it's become so discouraged that it's hard to even hope for things anymore. To believe that I could have a better future, that I could get out of this darkness. Oh, God. Got this community court crap I have to deal with. Should be over after this next one, but how much more money do I have to flush down the drain to comply with this ridiculous crap? You know? I should be packing my stuff in a car and hauling ass over the border and just drive and drive and drive until the frickin' wheels fall off or whatever, man. Just get the hell out of this place. Try to find if there's somewhere out there that isn't corrupted and filled with such darkness. Somewhere out there, I don't know. You talk about principalities and powers. Well, maybe there's some other less wicked principality and power out there somewhere. I don't know. It's not here, you know. I don't know. Or maybe there's a part of this country that's like God's country or something. Maybe there's a place where you can get away from the darkness and into the light. I don't know, man. I like to hope that there is, but I don't know. I got my doubts. God, I have to find peace of mind. I gotta find. You know, I've been sick before, so many. I'm afraid to go to a doctor because I don't trust them. It seems like most of them, even even if they could be perfectly nice, well-intentioned people, but if they believe some kind of lie and they don't know truth, then how are they supposed to help you? You know? Well, like imagine, say, if you're a targeted individual, or you're being attacked by the demons or witchcraft or something, right? And it's really happening to you. Or imagine if you were an alien abductee or something, and it's really, really happening to you, right? You go to a doctor and say, "Hey, doc, I'm getting abducted by space aliens," right? The doctor's going to say, "Hey, yep, you're freaking nuts. Here's a prescription." Thanks, doc. See, go to a doctor and say, "Doc, I got all these people stalking me, they're following me around, threatening to hurt me. Scared all the time, doc. They're after me, they're trying to hurt me." Doc says, "Yep, you're nuts. Here, let me give you a diagnosis that'll make it so it strips you of all your ability to defend yourself." Gee, thanks, doc. Oh, that's gross. All right then. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, like, I watched what happened to my mom, my grandma, my grandparent, aunts, uncle, You go to a doctor and say, "Hey, doctor, what's this thing on my face?" And then a few months later, you're bald in the hospital bed in your back bedroom, and next thing you know, you're ashes in a jar. Gee, thanks, doc. Something I noticed early on, I noticed this even back when I was a little kid. I noticed it immediately. You ever notice how, and it's probably true everywhere, every hospital has a cemetery right next to it? Huh. Just an observation. Oh, shit. So, needless to say, I have some trust issues where it comes to doctors. Or I would have gone to a doctor. Heck, I tried to go to a dentist to get my teeth fixed. I got like missing pieces of teeth. I need fillings. I need cleaning. I need freaking dental implants or something. Or at least a new denture or something. But I haven't even bothered to try to make an appointment because, I mean, for one thing, it'd take probably months to even be able to get in there. And when you get in there, I'm just going to end up probably with the worst dentist known to man that's just going to mess my teeth up worse than they already are. this world is like a persistent dream that seems to be a nightmare most of the time, a lot of the time now. You know, I wish it wasn't like a nightmare, I would, is it possible to ever get back your innocence? You know? Is it possible to get out of darkness back into light, Is it possible? Is it even freaking possible? Oh, God. I talked about before how it feels like this place is like some kind of prison, you know? Some kind of like, it was so nasty a lot of the time that I feel like whoever constructed this place ought to be. I mean, we're dealing with a situation that on the surface makes them look good or fine or whatever. And you really look at it. I mean, we're talking like more inhumane treatment probably than like Guantanamo Bay or something. Like, we're talking serious war crimes, violations of, even like the UN, you know, uh, the UN document human rights or the Geneva Convention, it would be like a violation of the Geneva Convention and the UN Declaration of Human Rights and freaking all that shit, even the rules of war, right? God, what was that movie that was on? Oh, that's right. It's Training Day. No, I don't know. It's the one with Adam Sandler and Burt Reynolds and Chris Rock, and they're playing football in prison or something. So I thought of like prison analogy. If you put in a cage or something, right? First you have a trial. They read your charges to you. They tell you what you're accused of. If you're sentenced, they tell you what the sentence is, the duration, and where you're going. And when you get there, they tell you who's in charge. They tell you the rules. They give you a list of rules. But this place is like, I mean, I don't know about black sites. I don't know exactly how that works, but I would imagine they at least would tell people like what they're in for, pretty much. They might not know where they are exactly, but they probably know why they're there. And who's in charge of the place and what the rules of the place are and so on and so forth, We don't even get that. Imagine a prison where, or a situation where somebody just snatches you up off the street with a black bag over your head and you wake up somewhere you don't know where you are and they've drugged you or wiped your brain with some sort of device so you can't remember who you are or where you are. You have no idea where you are, why you're there. Nobody tells you anything. They don't give you a list of rules, they just punish you. They're breaking rules that you don't even know exist. They don't tell you how long you're in for, or what you're accused of, or why you're there, or how to get out. That's what this place is like. Whoa. The vaporizer started going off. This place is like you're black bagged. They cause some kind of damage to your brain so you can't even remember who you are. You wake up in some warehouse, like strapped to a fucking chair. Some guy's beating you and interrogating you, and you're like, "What? I don't even know who I am. Where am I? Who are you? I'm asking the questions here." Smacks you around, like, what the fuck? It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Who are you people? What is this place? Where am I? Who am I? Shut up! No fucking questions. Like that's what this place is, man. That's what this place is like. Don't even know who you are, why you're here, how long you're here for, who's in charge, who these people are, you know? Shit, man. I'm sorry, I just kind of spaced out there. I'm thinking about this poem, this Lauryn Hill poem. It goes through my head sometimes, that motives and thoughts, industrial wealth, negative imagery in it for self. God dang it. Come on, brain. Damn it. Okay, I shouldn't have even started. I thought I had it, then it was gone. I remember scattered pieces of it. I don't have the whole thing memorized, I guess. Called Motives and Thoughts. Motives and Thoughts. Industrial wealth, negative imagery in it for self. Grecian, spiritually dead. Wait, on prescription meds, wishing their problems was all in their heads. You know?
I don't remember all the stuff. It's really good. You should look it up if you haven't heard it. One of my favorite poems. That chick is deep, man. Lauren Hill. Very deep. Very beautiful soul. There's a lot I could learn from her. uh, God. Tainted priesthoods got real saints misunderstood, Shit. Boy, I don't even know what to do anymore. I don't. I feel like I gotta get out of here, but I don't know. I don't know if it's really gonna be different anywhere else or not. I mean, I'm telling you, man. There is no way. Okay, I checked. I'll tell you one thing I did. I think I might have talked about this in an earlier video, but I was trying to look for any other motel anywhere that would match the price or give me a cheaper price than this place. Cheaper is what I really need. I just wanted to get away from here, get away from the corruption and danger of this place, somewhere new where I could try to do the right things and go out and work, DoorDash and Spark and Uber Eats or whatever, and try to make a living, try to keep the bills paid, and try to clean myself up. And I looked up the name of this town because I've been to this town years ago, and it was okay. I mean, it's the same kind of crap there, pretty much, just a different place, but it's a different place, and I've been there before, so I thought, oh, I'll look. I already tried to look at the coast, and everything was ridiculously high priced all of a sudden, and then I went and looked up McMinnville, right? And I'm like, okay, I'll check McMinnville. Oh my god, dude, there is no way that I'll bet if you went, or somebody that wasn't in the situation that I'm in, was to look on booking.com or call up one of these motels, they'd probably say, yes, our rooms are $20 a night or some shit, right? And then I look it up or I ask and they're like, yeah, it's $300 a night. Breathing too loud is not allowed here, right? I don't know, man. It's insane, dude. Dude, $300 was like standard lowest price over there, and there's rooms for like $400, $500, $600 a night. There is no way that that's real. No way. I'm telling you, I'm just giving you an example. I swear to God, man, there is no freaking way that is real. That's real because I was looking it up. If it was somebody else looking it up that wasn't, me, they'd be looking at be like $20 or $30 a night or something probably for them. $40, whatever, right? But if I look, oh, it's $400. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, the prices were so ridiculous that I felt like, okay, I gotta call one of these motels and like ask the person some questions, right? And they're just like, oh, everything is that way. Like, just lies, bold faced fucking lies, man. That's what I deal with. Like, this is my life basically. Like, if a dragon suddenly flew up outside and started setting things on fire, and I was like, holy shit, there's a dragon! The people around me would all just look at me and be like, dragon's always been there. Where have you been? The dragon's always there. There's always been a dragon. He's your friend. Right? Like, you fucking lying bastards. Telling you there was not a dragon before. Yes, there was right there. Oh, man. I'll, like, look for a place for sales, like, see something for sale. Oh, look, there's a mobile home for sale for $3,000. And then I go look at it myself, right? Or call them up or something. Oh, yes, it's going for $500,000. Like, what? That's a special Joel price, right? The fuck? Oh my god. Dude. I don't know. It's been crazy. I just pray to God that I can make it out of here and find somewhere where I can be at least allowed to frickin' sleep and not be screwed with, God's sakes, man. I feel like this world is so oppressive to me that I don't even know if I'd be able to get away with sleeping in my car, or if I'd have somebody like following me around everywhere, waking me up every 2 seconds saying, you can't sleep here. It's just dark and nasty to me, man. Like, I guess maybe that's what the dreams I had years ago were about. I had these dreams sometimes where I was so exhausted in the dream that I just walking around in a daze, feeling like it takes every bit of strength that I have just to stay upright. I was just like sleepwalking basically because I'm so freaking drained and so tired. I just felt like I was gonna fall over. I had dreams like that. And a while ago, I had a dream where I was in my car, tired, starting to fall asleep, and somebody comes up and bangs on my car window. You can't park here! You know? Jesus. Dude in an orange shirt. Long-haired, hippie, druggy-looking dude in an orange shirt. You can't park here. Another thing I've noticed about this realm, whatever the heck this place is, it seems like the majority of people are fucking gay or something. Like, it's crazy. Or into some weird shit or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's very strange. Like, because the world I grew up in, I'm pretty sure they were like a tiny minority that didn't fucking come out of the closet. They came out of all the closets and freaking out from under every table and every bush, from behind every bush and every tree. It rained down from the fucking sky, man. It's raining. Yeah, right? Dude. Swear to God, man. I don't have any like problems with people unless as long as they're not messing with kids or something, But just, keep it away from me, And keep it away from the kids and not a fucking problem. Oh man. It's crazy, man. I gotta get out of this place. I don't know what to do. Jeez. I don't know how other people do it, how they deal with this stuff. And I find it hard to see how people like Richard Bruce or the hell's the other guy? Regato Boner or whatever. And so on and so forth. How do all these people manage to hold on to such strong faith in God or whatever? In the midst of all this insanity and all this that's going on and happening to them, you telling me that they don't wonder, like, why, God? Why are you allowing this to go on? I wouldn't wish this kind of stuff on the most evil people in the history of the world. I wouldn't wish this kind of treatment on frickin' Bill Gates or Soros or, some Jeffrey freaking Epstein even. I wouldn't wish this even on him, man. Like, this is messed up. Might as well crack one of these bad sons of bitches. Might as well. Shit. Getting any younger, right? God help me. Oh man. I mean, what are you supposed to do, one thing that messes with me, you come to a realization that, like, I don't think there's anything I could ever do, or anything I could ever say that would ever win me the respect of my dad, that would ever make him actually proud of me or actually, you know, just nothing. Maybe if I managed to get some high paying job, making more money than he did, and myself a house and all that stuff, man, he'd find some flaw. He'd find something, some way to tell me I'm a worthless loser or something, you know. It wouldn't matter what I did, I don't think, at all. You know, I say, oh, yeah, I want to help you. He doesn't want to help me. He wanted to help me so much. He's had a year where he could have co-signed for an apartment or sent me a single listing for an apartment for rent somewhere, or, you know, said, hey, use me as a reference, I'll tell him you're great, you know. He could have done it, you know, any fucking thing. He could have not been so, you know, tyrannical about let me move in with him. He did everything in his power to make sure that I would have been, you know, I'd have to be super batshit crazy and stupid to move in with him, you know. He made dang sure that he made it basically impossible for me to move in with him. And then he said, I tried, just wouldn't do it, right? I get so mad at him sometimes thinking about it, you know, but so it just hurts. I think I get a little more numb to it though, because it's like you get used to it, you know. Yeah, if somebody hits you in the same place over and over again enough times, eventually the nerves go dead there, and you just can't. You don't even feel it anymore, right? Or you just get so used to the pain that, you know, it's there and you're used to it. It's just like becomes your normal state of being or something, you know. I don't know what it would feel like for the pain to not be there. So it's just how it, you know. This is a strange sensation. What is that? Oh, the pain isn't there. Huh. This is weird, right? God help. I do feel totally persecuted, honestly, but I don't think I'm the only one. No. Somebody said something to me, and I've had a lot of people say this, and I've had the thought myself, but Don't get me wrong, it sounds bad or whatever. You hear people say, well, there's always somebody that's got it worse, or at least you're not this guy, right? You know, and it's like, I don't want to discount somebody's suffering at all or say, oh, poor me, or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, but I do, right? It's like, it's like, yeah, this guy over here is suffering worse than you are. Well, can you help him? But help me too, and help everyone who's freaking suffering needlessly. Like, you know what I mean? Just because this guy over here is maybe suffering worse or something, there's no reason for me to go on suffering and go, oh, I feel better knowing that some other fucking innocent person is suffering over here for what, you know? I'm not relieved by that. Not really. In fact, I think it's kind of screwed up to be relieved by something like that. It's like, oh, good, this guy's suffering worse than I am. Now I can feel better about my. Like, really? It's kind of a dick thing. You're like, oh, I'm so glad that guy's suffering worse than I am, right? Now I can feel better about my suffering. Like, really? I don't know. I think that's kind of a fucked up mentality, honestly. It's like, so I'm supposed to be glad that somebody else is suffering? No. Sorry, uh, not helping. You know. I know that there's people that have been through some serious, and I can't even. Some really strong people, you know, amazing, but like that pastor, Life Without Limbs, you know, dude born without arms and legs. Nick Vujicic. Yeah. There's another guy named Victor Marks that's pretty got serious stories and stuff. I've heard people with some amazing stories. Seen somebody with like progeria give a speech. Don't get me wrong, man. I mean, I see that those people are they're very strong, very tough, amazing, you know, and good for them. I guess I see them as, you know, just they're bigger than I am or whatever, you know. But in a sense, I mean, I can't help but see that a lot of the positivity stuff is, well, it's positive. It's a much healthier headspace to be in, but it's also delusional, you know. It's not based in like reality, it's delusion, you know. Choose to believe that everything is wonderful, you know. You can do that. That's a nicer way to be. You know, you can be happy and grateful for the crumbs you're able to eat when you're starving. You can be happy and grateful for, oh dude, it's a very good way to be. It is. I'm not without gratitude. I'm not ungrateful so much. I just, that's, I'm just not deluding myself into believing that everything's cool and it's not, you know? And I say I act like a baby or whatever. Well, you know, if a baby don't cry, you don't get changed, you know? If the baby don't cry, no one knows he's hungry and he don't get fed, you know? That's wah, okay? There's a reason for that, you know? The wah has a purpose. The baby just sat there all quiet all the time and be like, oh, he's fine. Just lay there and starve to death. Are we supposed to feed him? Oh, he seems perfectly happy. I guess he doesn't need food. Oh, he's starting to smell. Okay, I guess there's time to change him now. How long has he been sitting there like that? I don't know. I just left him alone for hours. You know, that's. A person needs help sometimes. You need some love and some positive attention, and it's so sorry, you know. And fucking. He's like, I don't need no one. You know, well, that's bullshit, but okay. Good for you. Way to delude yourself, you know? Glad you could be happy that way, I guess. But I'm just not gonna bullshit myself like that. I mean, I'm not ungrateful. I don't think so. I mean, it's just, I do have needs. Like, I need a place where I can sleep. Nobody seems to give a shit, though, you know? I mean, I need food, I need water, I need oxygen, I need to get healthy, you know? I need to be able to cook. Oh, dude, I didn't even mention this whole freaking time, but basically the reason I'm making this video right now and that I'm even awake, I was laying there. I woke up for a second. I was about to go back to sleep, and the phone said some voice came through the phone and said something. I couldn't catch all of it. It said something about a new oven or something. It sounded like, and then it said, and when we say you, we mean all the parts of you, or something like that, right? It was, I don't know what it was. You could say some video or audio randomly played like that. That's the sort of I didn't catch it all. That's usually how things happen when there's like some message from, I don't know, angels, spirit guide, God, the universe, dark. I don't freaking know, something. Something that, of the more positive nature usually is what does that kind of thing. Not always. No, they can both do that shit. Yeah. But you can pretty much usually tell which is which, though. Because one is just like super cryptic, but seemingly somewhat positive or something. And the other one is like threatening